Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to Shravanam Diaries podcast. I'm your host Sulalita Devidasi and we're continuing to read the Teachings of Lord Kapila, the book by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Starting chapter 5, Lord Kapila takes charge of his mother, Devahuti. Text 5. Maitreya uvacha Pitari prastite ranyam matuh priya chikirshaya tasmin bindu sare vatsid Bhagavan Kapila kila. Translation. Maitreya said, when Kardama left for the forest, Lord Kapila stayed on the strand of the Bindu Sarovar to please his mother Devahuti. Purport. In the absence of the father, it is the duty of the grown son to take charge of his mother and serve her to the best of his ability, so that she will not feel separation from her husband. It is also the duty of the husband to leave home as soon as there is a grown son to take charge of his wife and family affairs. That is the Vedic system of household life. One should not remain continually implicated in household affairs up to the time of death. He must leave. Family affairs and the wife may be taken charge of by a grown son. Being a great yogi, Kardama Muni was not very interested in family life. Nonetheless, he decided to marry, and Swayambhuva Manu brought his daughter, Devahuti, to him to serve as a wife. Kardama Muni was a yogi, living in a cottage, and Devahuti was a princess, a king's daughter. Not being used to work, she became very skinny, and Kardama Muni took compassion upon her, thinking, "This girl has come to me, but now she is not in a very comfortable position." Therefore, by his yogic powers, Kardama Muni created a large palace with many servants, gardens, and other opulences. Not only that, but he also created a great spaceship as large as a small city. Modern airlines have prepared a 747, and although these are very big, Kardama Muni, by his yogic powers, was able to create a spaceship wherein there were lakes, palaces, and gardens. This spaceship could also travel all over the universe. Modern scientists labor very hard to make a small spaceship to go to the moon, but Kardama Muni could create a great spaceship that could travel to all planets. This is possible by yogic powers. There are different siddhis, or yogic perfections, anima, lagima, prapti, and so on. And whatever yogis choose to do, they can do. That is the real yoga system. It is not that one becomes a yogi simply by pressing his nose and performing some gymnastics. One must actually attain the yogic siddhis. By these siddhis, the yogi can become very small or very large, very heavy or very light. Whatever he wants, he can immediately produce in his hand, and he can travel wherever he desires. Kardama Muni was such a perfected siddhi yogi. By his wife Devahuti, he had 9 daughters, who were distributed to the Prajapatis like Daksha Maharaj and many others. the only son of Kardama Muni, was Kapila Deva, an incarnation of Krishna. This Kapila Deva was one of the Mahajanas. The word Mahajana means authority. And according to the Vedic Shastras, there are 12 authorities. These are Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahlad, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, Shukadeva Goswami, and Yamaraj. Swayambhu is Brahma, and Shambhu is Lord Shiva. These authorities should be followed if we want to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead and understand the purpose of religious life. Mahajanoyena gatah sapantah. These Mahajanas follow the principles set forth by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita. We cannot very easily understand the actual truth of religious systems, but if we follow these Mahajanas, we can understand. Kapila Muni explained the glories of devotional service to his mother, Devahuti. If we follow him, we may learn the truth of devotional service. According to the system of Varnashrama Dharma, one who is over 50 years old, 50 years of age, must leave home, go to the forest, and completely devote his life to spiritual realization. This is the actual Varnashrama Dharma system. It is not a Hindu system, for the word Hindu is a name given by the Muslims and does not occur in any Vedic literature. However, the Varnashrama Dharma is mentioned. Civilized human beings should strictly follow the Varnashrama institution. If one is born a Brahmana, he is trained nicely as a brahmachari, and then he becomes a grihastha, a householder. When he gives up his home, he is called a vanaprastha, and after that he may take sannyasa. Being a yogi, Kardama Muni strictly followed these principles. Therefore, as soon as Kapila Deva was grown, Devahuti was placed in his charge. Kardama Muni left home. As stated in this verse, Pitari prasthite ranyam matuh priya chikirshaya. According to the Manu Samhita, a woman should never be given freedom. When she is not under the protection of her husband, she must be under the protection of her sons. Women cannot properly utilize freedom, and it is better for them to remain dependent. A woman cannot be happy if she is independent. That is a fact. In Western countries, we have seen many women very unhappy simply for the sake of independence. That independence is not recommended by the Vedic civilization or by the Varnashrama Dharma. Consequently, Devahuti was given to her grown son, Kapila Deva, and Kapila Deva was fully aware that he had to take care of his mother. It is the duty of the father to protect his daughter until she attains puberty and is married to a suitable young man. The husband then takes care of his wife. Generally, a man should marry at around 25 years of age, and the girl should marry no later than 16. If this is the case, when the man is 50 years old, his eldest son should be around 25, old enough to take charge of the mother. According to this calculation, Kapila Deva was about 25 years old and was quite able to take charge of his mother Devahuti. He knew that because his father left his mother in his charge, he should take care of her and always please her. Matuh priya chikirshaya. Kapila Deva was not irresponsible, but was always ready to please his mother. Kapila Deva was a brahmachari, and his mother took lessons from him. That is the prerogative of the male, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.32. Mam hi partha vyapashritya yepi syuh papayonayaha striyo vaishyas tatha shudras te piyanti param gatim. Quote, O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, as well as Shudras, workers, can approach the supreme destination. Unquote. Women are considered on the same platform with Shudras, and although a woman may be married to a Brahmana, she is not given the sacred thread. It is also said that the Mahabharata was compiled by Vyasadeva because the direct Vedic knowledge could not be understood by women, Shudras, and Dvijabandhus, those who are born in Brahman families but are not qualified Brahmanas. Stri Shudra Dvijabandhunam Traina Shruti Gochara. Bhagavatam 1.4.25. Consequently, Mahabharata is called the fifth Veda. The four preceding Vedas are the Sama, Yajur, Rig, and Atharva. The essence of Vedic knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, is given within the Mahabharata. Women are inferior to men, and Vedic civilization is so perfect that men are given full charge of the women. It is therefore said, Matuh priya chikirshaya. The son is always ready to see that the mother is not unhappy. Kapila Deva was anxious that his mother not feel the absence of his father, and he was ready to take the best care of her and give her knowledge. Because women are supposed to be less intelligent, they should be given knowledge, and they should also follow this knowledge. They should follow their father's instructions, their husband's instructions, and the instructions of their grown, scholarly sons, like Kapila Deva. In this way, their lives can be perfect. In all cases, women should always remain dependent. Tasmin bindu sare vatsid bhagavan Kapila kila. It is noteworthy that in this particular verse, Kapila Deva is referred to as Bhagavan, which indicates that he possesses all wealth, fame, knowledge, beauty, strength, and renunciation. These 6 opulences are fully represented in Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And others are accepted as his expansions or incarnations, Vishnu Tattva. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami has analyzed the characteristics of Bhagavan. The first Bhagavan is Shri Krishna himself. But some of his opulences are also bestowed upon Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is a Jiva Tattva, a living being like us. If we become spiritually powerful, we can also have the post of Lord Brahma. Superior to Lord Brahma is Lord Shiva, and superior to Lord Shiva is Vishnu, or Lord Narayan, and superior to all is Krishna. That is the analysis of the Vedas, the Vedic Shastras, and Brahma Samhita. Even Shankaracharya, the Mayavadi impersonalist philosopher, accepts Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sa Bhagavan Swayam Krishna. All the Acharyas, Ramanuja Acharya, Madhavacharya, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarka, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord. Kapila Deva is an incarnation of Krishna, and he gave instructions to his mother Devahuti. We must distinguish between the two Kapilas. One Kapila is this, Bhagavan Kapila, and the other Kapila is the atheist Kapila. Bhagavan Kapila is also known as Devahuti Putra Kapila. Both Kapilas expounded Sankhya philosophy, but the atheist Kapila expounded it without understanding, perception, or realization of God. On the bank of the Bindu Sarovara lake, Kapila Deva personally expounded Sankhya philosophy to his mother, Devahuti, just as Krishna personally expounded the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to his friend Arjuna. Like Arjuna, Devahuti was aware that she was before her spiritual master, as indicated in the following verse. Indeed, Lord Brahma had informed her that her son was a powerful incarnation. Okay. So we have completed text 5, and tomorrow we shall read the next text, text 6. Thank you so much for tuning in today. The link to this book is in the description. Please read along with us and share it with all of your friends. You can check out our website, shravanamdiaries.com, and we shall see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.